everybody.
Welcome back to Glitter Gelfin.
Episode 4. I'm Jill.
I'm Alyssa.
And we've defeated the odds today.
We're 4 episodes deep.
Yes.
Did you say most podcasts stop after 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have officially defeated the odds, and we're here to stay.
And in our last episode, we hit 1,000 views in
Yes.
24 hours, which
Yes.
is crazy.
It is crazy. It did really well. I'm like, I can't believe it. We've been getting nice messages about that people like it, and it's like so cool.
So we had to come back this week. We
Yeah.
said, oh, it's
We were
time.
like, we can't disappoint the fans.
What are we eating today, Jill?
Okay, I got us some Burger King pickle fries.
Yummy.
So
they're just fried pickles?
essentially, but they're like chicken fries, but with pickles. Do you like pickles?
I love pickles.
Okay, good. We got some ranch to go along with them. They asked me if I wanted any sauce, and I was like, ranch? Duh. How was your week while we eat these?
Do you want me to be honest? Or do you want me to...
Listen, tell the people listening what you want.
Well, it's been interesting.
Okay.
Almost as interesting as these pickle fries. They're actually good. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
So it's just been really, really busy where like every day I've just had to shoot something completely different. I started the week off with Olympians.
Okay.
I met some swimmers. I
Ooh.
feel like I have a list whenever I say that.
Swimmers?
I met some swimmers. Yeah. Okay.
Swimmers are always like the hottest. They really are, though. They have like the best bods.
Well, they were fit, and we were playing like a game with them where like the host of the show was like asking them questions, and the 2 swimmers like turned their whiteboards around to like reveal their answer. And one of them was like, what's your like guilty pleasure food like after a workout? And this man said quinoa.
The guilty pleasure? Oh, he wouldn't want to know me.
No, like they made me reconsider if I'm living okay. Like
I'd be like 2 cheesecakes deep, ready for a burger.
he
like,
eats a boiled egg and some quinoa, and he has a good time.
oh.
They just live a different life, like 40 hours a week, but dedicating it to fitness and eating healthy. I mean, obviously they're competing in the Olympics. They're getting paid a lot of money, but
I guess if it's your job, then that makes sense, but that's just wild. Wonder if like on dates, if they judge whoever they're with, like for eating a burger.
Well, one of the guys, his hidden talent was the worm. And you know, I like to throw the worm out at a party.
Oh, yeah.
And my worm does not look like his worm. Because when he did it, it was like he levitated off the ground. Like, I was just like, I would never want to walk fast in front of you because I'd be like,
yeah. It's like, it's giving whenever I used to run the mile in middle school. I would be running, dying. Anybody would pass me, and I would hold my breath, almost pass out just because I didn't want them to hear me going.
It's like whenever you're like at the gym and you have your music in, and if your music like it plays the next song and it gets quiet for a second and you hear what you sound like, because like I don't know why when I run I get really congested, and like I'll be running and I'll be like But,
yes, I'm always insecure at the gym next to people. I always get the treadmill or stair stepper farthest away from everybody because of that reason.
But then today, I shot at Denny Hamlin, who is a NASCAR driver. Him and Michael Jordan got a new office in Charlotte, and we just finished designing it, so I went and took pictures of that.
So is Michael Jordan from around here? I always thought he was like...
He went to, I could be wrong, but he went to UNC, I think. I want to say his family is from North Carolina, but, you know, he used to own the Hornet, and I guess whenever he sold the Hornets, Denny Hamlin asked him if he wanted to invest in a racing team. And then him and Denny started a racing team. And the building is like, it's like their office, but it's like a penthouse looking thing. And then underneath the apartment looking office, it's an office, but it's a house. Like it's crazy. But underneath that, they have like all the NASCARs that they like race and like where they build the cars and stuff. Like it's rich people stuff. Like
wouldn't know about it.
Nope. But I did get paid to go shoot there, so that was fun. And then I designed some throw pillows this week.
Where at?
One of my clients is a fabric shop, so I got to pick out like the front fabric, the back fabric.
Oh,
Got
wow,
some
that's
new
really
pillows.
cool, actually. Like customized.
And they like sewed them
Stuff.
together right in front of me, and like just I came home with them.
Did you ever have to sew a pillow in home ec?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
My mom made me do some home ec class at a church, and we sewed pillows.
We sewed the pillow.
How was your week?
Good. I've been out of my day job because of my butt surgery not healing correctly. So they were like, you can't sit all day anymore. And I was like, okay, well, can't go to work then. And so I've really just been doing things around the house that I get neglected just all the time. So I've decorated for Christmas. I cleaned my bathroom.
Getting neglected? You mean things around the house that have been getting neglected, or you've been neglected?
No, things that I have neglected.
Oh, I see.
Get neglected because I'm just busy all the time.
Yeah.
So I cleaned my bathroom. That needed to be done. And that was a feat in itself. So, not really that exciting, but like needed to happen. So it's good.
I can't help but feel like you uploaded that vlog where you were like, I'm a full-time podcaster, but I also have a full-time job. And then it's like you manifested not having to go to work all week. And then you were a full-time podcaster.
Yeah. Literally. And I still have the same amount of work with the podcast to feel like a full-time job when I'm not at my full-time job. So yeah.
How's your butt doing?
I think it might be healing, possibly.
That's good.
It's kind of hard to see because it's like, the butt. But
I haven't gotten an update picture in a minute.
Yeah, you'll probably get one on Monday because I'm sure they'll take one for my chart. What is your consensus on the BK pickle fries?
I actually really like them. Like,
me too.
I could eat this whole thing.
Yeah, like I think I'm gonna order these like just on my own.
They would be good like as a little snack whenever they're nice and hot.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're eating them when they're a little they're a little bit cooler.
Yeah, a little soggy.
A little softer. Yeah. But if I were out doing my holiday shopping, I'd pick up some pickle fries and take a little dip, get a little sip.
A little dip and sip.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, check them out, everybody. Not sponsored. I wish BK would sponsor us.
It's fry time is what the thing says.
So our first topic for today is the Outer Banks drama. Do you watch the Outer Banks?
I do. I love that show. I haven't watched the last season and the internet has spoiled it for me. Mm-hmm. So there are going to be spoiler alerts in this if you haven't watched the final season.
Yeah, we'll alert like at the point when it's happening. And you can like skip forward if you don't want to know. I mean, it's kind of hard to not already know because the whole internet has spoiled it for everyone. But
yeah, I know the gist of things, but I definitely have not done a deep dive into it.
This was a lot for me because I had not known anything about the show because I don't watch the show. Fun fact is that the show gives me PTSD because
oh my god,
because I was trying to watch it one day and I was on episode 2 and then Gav comes home with our dead cat and said that he died, and so then I abandoned the show and was just really upset and never went back. So I haven't seen the show since. But anyways, apparently fans are upset because the friendship dynamics changed within the cast since season 1. And in season 1, when I was looking into it, they all lived together in a big complex. So they were like around each other all the time. They were like really friends because they're together like 24/7. Chase and Madeline, which are the two main characters, BJ and
JB.
JB
and Sarah. Is her name Sarah on the show? She's the rich girl.
Yeah. So those two, they started dating, but then they actually are broken up now. We just want to note that. Fans were worried that their chemistry was going to change going into season 3 because apparently that's when they broke up. But they kept it professional and their chemistry on screen is really good. So we're going to keep that in mind.
I remember thinking about that because I didn't follow a lot of their relationship and stuff. So I noticed whenever I was watching the show, like I always paid more attention after I knew that they broke up because I was like, what is their chemistry gonna be off? Because they were so good together on the show, and I was like, I can't imagine dating someone and breaking up and having to like play the role of their girlfriend. Or I think like there were parts of the show where they like split up and stuff, and I just like I can't imagine as a normal little peasant like doing that at work.
Yeah, and like they still have to like have kissing scenes and like have to have like chemistry. That would be crazy to have to do. I can't imagine.
No.
So also other characters, Kiera and JJ, played by
Love JJ.
Okay.
Like I love him.
Okay. So fans were shipping them, I think, from like near the beginning. They wanted these two characters to be together. But both the actors in real life, Madison and Rudy, ended up dating other people, not each other. So Rudy's girlfriend, Rudy plays JJ.
Yeah, okay.
Rudy's girlfriend, her name is Elaine, and she was an assistant on the show to like a producer or whatever. So they started dating, and then Madison, who plays Kiera, started dating her girlfriend named Mariah. And fans theorized that their significant others were jealous of all the shipping, the constant shipping of them being together, and said that they think that it was making their relationship like fade from what it once was. And we have a tweet from Madison that says, "The internet has ruined an abundance of friendships."
Okay.
And she posted that in August of 2020. So like around, I guess, when the shipping started.
Okay.
So
But how strong is your friendship if people on the internet can get involved?
I guess like that would be weird though, because you would feel stuck between like if you had a friend, but then you had a significant other, and everybody was wanting you and that friend to be together, and so your significant other was getting jealous.
But I do think like on that show, they like lean into it. Like it's like they're not together on the show, but it's like the show makes you watching it want them to end up together.
Yeah.
In a way.
Also, fans don't like Rudy's girlfriend Elaine, because there's a video where she seems to be pulling him away from talking to fans.
Oh.
Do you want to look at that?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you make of that?
I feel like that's over dramatized.
I did too. I thought that
Because
it's not as serious.
It doesn't
as
look like
everybody
she's like pulling on him. Like it kind of looks like she's ready to get out of the way where people are like flashing cameras at her, and like she's obviously not getting any attention in that moment. So there's just nothing for her to gain. I get that he has fans and like, but I kind of feel like she was just holding his hand and they were just on their way somewhere.
Same. That's how I felt about it. I was like, this is like a little bit dramatic to be like not liking her over this.
I just, with like the internet, people get an idea that something is happening to the point where like people start talking about it and they're just speculating, and then like they'll start looking for clues about any little thing to prove.
Maybe thinking people are leaving subliminal messages, like
and it's like even thinking about like Gaylor, you know, that whole thing, and it's like, I know where you stand, Jill, like
Gaylor's real.
Yeah. But I don't know. People will just speculate on something and then they'll like look for any reason to attack whomever is.
Yeah. So this led to Rudy having to make an Instagram post. It was a pretty long post. I'll put it up on the screen. But essentially it was just saying that he was here to call out the disrespect and harassment of someone that he loves, that he loves his fans, but him and his girlfriend are happy together, etc., etc.
I also think it would be best if he didn't address it.
Yeah.
Because that gives the energy that they're at home talking about this and he needs to stand up for her because now she's upset about something, and it's like,
yeah, so it's definitely giving jealous girlfriend, kind of.
You're dating a celebrity, an actor who is huge, and you work on the show too. Like, you are benefiting from this fame that he has as well. And it's like, it just doesn't make any sense to me to address something that's not real. Like, okay, he's saying you don't have to worry about anything, so why would you even address it?
Yeah, I want to note that there are rumors from Rudy's ex-girlfriend. Her name's Teo. There's rumors from her that he cheated on her before getting with Elaine. So if that's the case, then that could kind of justify Elaine's jealousy a little bit. Like, not necessarily over like the fans, but just the jealousy of like him being shipped with
his co-star.
Yeah.
I could see that.
There's if you want to watch the TikTok of Teo, where she kind of...
Before I watch this, I feel like Teo should stay out of it.
Using the Charlotte Tilbury lip liner in the shade He Cheated.
My God.
I mean, lip cheat.
Is this her saying that he cheated, or is this her using a lip liner called He Cheated?
The lip liner is Charlotte Tilbury, and it's called Lip Cheat. But she said in the TikTok, she said, and this shade is the shade He Cheated. And then she said, like smugly, she said, I mean, lip cheat. Like kind of like she's trying to throw that shade, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, just had to note that because everybody wants to talk about Elaine's like jealousy and stuff, and there could be reason behind it if he cheated on his ex with Elaine when they got together, you know?
Right.
So then Madison went on TikTok to address people saying her girlfriend doesn't like Rudy, and there's a TikTok for that as well.
Okay.
Be with Rudy because that's what needs to happen. Fucking why? Why? That doesn't make any sense. We've never had any romantic relationship ever. And then y'all are like, they belong together. No, we don't. I got on the fucking phone with Rudy this morning because of y'all's fucking bullshit. How the fuck I call Rudy? Rudy's like, we have no problems. I call my girlfriend, we have no problems. I talk to Elaine, we have no problems. How do I have no problems with fucking anybody? And y'all are like, everybody has beef. How? How does that make sense to y'all?
So there's some things about this.
There are, like, I'm telling you, them talking about the stuff is making it worse.
Yeah.
And the way she says some of it.
Exactly. I think, like, I kind of don't like her attitude. I'm like, why are you so hostile right now? First of all, just, like, don't address it and move on. But then also, like...
And if she knows that there are no problems and there are no problems, why is she calling them all?
Yeah.
It's giving, like, I don't know, like, guilty?
Yeah. Like there are problems?
These are people that she sees and talks to, and, like, Rudy is supposed to be her friend. So, like, if I'm good with someone, like, Jill...
You don't have to call me to be like, hey, we're good, right?
Yeah, like, if there are, like, 30 people commenting on our podcast because, like, it's so famous, like, I'm not gonna have to call you to be like, are me and you okay?
Yeah, like, if you're really friends and you're really okay, you're not gonna have to do that.
It's like with Bree and Grace, like the way that the internet, like, tore them down, but they were actually having problems behind the scenes. That was something coming off as real, and they tried to address it, and they did it, like, disingenuously, so, like, it just came off that more people were like, I don't know, I think there's something there.
Yeah, and if you're gonna address it, I think that Rudy did it better by, like, just making an Instagram post, typing it all out. This has attitude. This is, like, giving I hate all the fans of the show. Like, it's just not a good move, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Then, during season 4, there's a lot of evidence to show that something went down.
Yeah.
Okay?
So season 4 is the one that just came out?
Yes.
Okay.
And we figure that something went down because, listen, this is where it gets messy, it gets confusing, all the things.
They've given us nothing for us to believe that nothing has went down so far. Like, even though they are saying that, their, like, actions are saying something completely different.
Yeah, so here is the sequence of events. We had Elaine, Rudy's girlfriend. She posted on Instagram that she was having dinner with the cast. So then Madison unfollowed Elaine. Why?
Madison is Kiera, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Madison unfollowed Elaine. Why? We don't know, but she did. Therefore, Elaine unfollowed Madison and her girlfriend Mariah.
Okay.
And then Mariah unfollowed Rudy and Elaine. And then Rudy unfollowed Mariah. And then Elaine was let go from the show. But Madison and Rudy remained following each other, even after all of this conspired. It's unclear if Elaine was let go from the show over anything that happened, or if her time was up.
I feel like with her position on the show compared to Madison or Rudy, her position will be the first one to go. Like, maybe if we get rid of his girlfriend and get her off the set, the drama chills out a little bit.
Yeah. So, but that would suck. Like, to be dating somebody and, like, get let go because of, like, drama on the outside. But I guess that's what happens when
But, I mean, they're bringing it in.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
If I had a show, like, I feel like I would have in the contract somewhere that, like, you're not to address any speculation about things, like, on the set.
Yeah.
Or something. Like, there's gotta be, these people need some PR training or something.
For real, they need that Disney PR because this is not it. So then rumors started about Rudy not wanting to be on the show anymore. There was an insider, in quotation marks, who came onto Tumblr. I didn't know people still use Tumblr.
Oh, they're out there. They are. They're on there.
But, you know, there was an insider on Tumblr saying that Rudy wanted to be killed off the show. And the screenshots, I have them, they say, why did Rudy come to this decision? Also, this was like before season 4 came out or anything like that. This was all speculation to everybody, but it was an insider that someone said that they were close with people on the show. It says, why did Rudy come to the decision? For a while, Rudy hasn't felt completely comfortable on set. It has been this way since season 2 and even worse during season 3. It's honestly getting tired to even talk about this topic, but the way things went down with Madison Bailey is a big reason for that. As much as people want to make it seem like they're friends, the truth is that they're not, and they haven't been for a while. They are civil though. Madison and Elaine do not get along, and Elaine being on the set almost all the time is not something Madison enjoyed. Elaine didn't enjoy Madison's company either. Madison and Rudy may come off as unprofessional, but they do, at the end of the day, do what they have to do on set. Believe me when I say they gave a lot all the way until season 4, episode 10, when it comes to Kiera, because they know the popularity the ship holds and how fans feel about them. Plus, it's their job to do so. We all saw how close Rudy and Madison were in 2019 to 2020. However, it was too overwhelming on both them, especially on Rudy's end. What happened between the two of them off camera is not something they owe to anyone. Let me be clear when I also say to the fans, let me be clear when I also say that the fans had nothing to do with the drama between them. To Kiera fans specifically, your love and support for the ship is appreciated by the cast. Make no mistakes, even though this isn't the ideal ending for these characters, I hope you're still satisfied with how season 4 played played out to the Outerbanks fans. And then they also said a little before beginning production on season 4, Rudy asked for a change in his character's storyline. He expressed his feelings to the Paytas about wanting to leave the show as his contract ends after season 4. The only realistic way to have a character like JJ suddenly get up and leave is by killing him off the show. Let me make it clear that Paytas absolutely didn't want this, and it came as a shock to them. Same with Netflix. And then somebody said JJ's death ? And they said, I'll keep it plain and simple. Season 4, episode 10 in Morocco, where the finale was shot. So this insider on Tumblr put all of this out, and then here's where our spoiler alert comes in. So if you don't want to know, then keep it moving, and we'll put a timestamp of where you can resume for this. Rudy, which is JJ, got killed off in season 4, which has everyone thinking about the Tumblr post and wondering who it was that leaked all of this information. Fans are also mad at Elaine because they blame her for all of this, which is,
I don't think it's fair to blame Elaine at all, because Rudy could have stood up. If Elaine was causing such an issue for him even after she was gone, that's on him.
Yeah.
If like they let her go and there was still an issue that she was causing, that is on her. But I will say, if Madison didn't like Elaine being on set and the whole issue is the jealousy of Madison and Rudy, any girl would have an issue with that. But my thing is, you're doing something on such a big scale that it's like, can y'all just brush it under the rug until the end of the season? Like, shows don't last forever. Like, characters don't last forever. People do get killed off of shows all the time. But like, for them to, they just brought too much of it to work, in my opinion. Like, there's a lot of unprofessionalism here, but it's on Rudy to have put his foot down to her, honestly.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I don't know, my thought is just like, if Madison could have been the problem, like we don't know, like, because they're not talking about anything, and Madison's still on the show, so they're probably not gonna drag her. But I just wonder if they never would have talked about any of it off,
if it would have, like, if people would have forgotten about it,
it would have just been speculation.
Yeah.
And like, they confirmed it by like talking about it more.
Yeah. And
her video like Madison's video specifically is like,
yeah, because she was like so upset. It's like, it's showing that there was definitely something going on. And I do believe our Tumblr person.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, everything adds up to what's happening current day.
Yeah. On the show, JJ and Kiera, it's speculation that they had stunt doubles just to cuddle. The scene, if you watch it, it keeps cutting from like one person to the
watch
other.
This. I have to watch.
You're gonna watch it. We have a video of it.
Is all of this made up just so that I'll say that though? Like, is this all just to make me want to watch season 4 and see what happened?
I don't know, but if you want to watch the clip, there's the TikTok.
There's nothing to keep you from falling in love.
But like how they're not in the same shot,
Yeah.
it's like, it's really giving stunt double.
Yeah.
And also the thing that started this theory was that there was a picture of JJ on the beach, and it clearly looks like it's not him. So that's what started it, and then people saw that scene and they're like, oh, it was a stunt double for sure.
Yeah.
Which is wild because remember at the beginning when we were talking about JB and Sarah, how they literally dated and broke up, and they still had scenes like kissing scenes together and stuff. These people didn't even date. They were not even together ever.
It definitely is something coming from the partners. Like, I don't want to blame their partners either, but it's like, who is this on? I'm like,
yeah,
because it's just giving me in high school in my most insecure like relationship. Like, and I know like I can't imagine like dating someone who's an actor and they have to go and like make out with really hot people like at work. But from what I heard in these scenes, like they're not as intimate as they look on camera. Like, it's actually really awkward and uncomfortable for everyone.
Yeah. And
unless it wasn't for them.
And there were sparks flying.
Yeah, there were.
Also, though, I think that like when you sign up to date an actor, you know what you're getting into.
Yeah,
and like if
they
you're
met
not
on the show.
Yeah, and if you're not down for that, then don't date an actor. Like, it's fully understandable if you don't want your significant other to go like making out with other people. Like, you can choose to do that and date a normal peasant person. So just the peasant people shouldn't date the actors if they It's like, don't touch the animals.
Yes. No, I mean, it's true though. If you're signing up for that, like I would never go for an actor because I don't think I could handle it.
Yeah, and that's fine. If you can't handle it, then that's fine, but don't date an actor.
Stay
then.
out of the kitchen.
Yeah. Obviously production is saying that JJ was not killed off for any of the reasons that we have talked about previously. And it was planned from the beginning that one of the Pogues was going to die, and they had discussed with JJ in detail about if it was going to be his character and how he felt, and they said that he was excited about it and like excited to do like a death scene and that kind of thing.
His character was always kind of on the edge though, because he's so reckless and like he's such a dangerous like character. Like he would just get mad and do something really crazy. So like if there were to be one of them planned to die, like it would make sense that it would have been him.
Yeah. After season 4 came out, obviously people went back to this Tumblr user who was the insider, and they said, why did the cast chemistry seem off in part 2? Because they released it, part 1 and then part 2. They said they shot episodes 1 through 5 first, and then they shot episode 10, then episodes 6 through 9. The cast didn't know Rudy asked to leave until they received the script for episode 10. You can tell there was a drastic change between JJ and Kiera in part 2 because after the cast found out, Madison was upset with Rudy and his decision, so she didn't put in as much effort in the scenes with him. She was upset because she knew that would mean the near end of Outerbanks and her character.
That is too far. I get that you're upset with someone on a personal level, but it's like just like Elaine should be expected to let her boyfriend go to work and do what he's got to do and not give him a hard time about it. You can't like this is your job, and like characters, like we just said, like they get killed off all the time. So it's like when a character leaves, like you're still expected to do just as much of a good job as you did before.
Yeah, and it really like makes sense to me that this would be true. Like I really am here for this Tumblr user. I think they're legit because it makes sense if people are saying that part 2, the chemistry and everything seems off. If you're pissed off because you just found out that so-and-so's leaving, and then in your mind you're like, this means I'm about to be out of a job soon probably because this show's probably gonna end.
Well, then you better act.
Yeah.
You better be a good actress. Like you better try and like, because you're okay, like you've got to get your next job. Like that's the business.
I agree. I don't think that like she has any business having the chemistry be off in part 2 just because she knows that he's leaving or anything. But
I think that they're like living too much in these characters.
Yeah.
Outside of
I feel
shooting.
like, and I might be wrong, but they're just because of all their ages and how they were not famous before Outerbanks, I feel like these were like amongst their like first jobs.
Yeah,
and
like they really
actors.
like figured out acting and everything like all together and
like
had their big break
all together and through these characters.
Well, it's
and
like
through
Friends.
show.
Like the people on the cast of Friends, like they stayed so close forever because they are Friends cast. Like and it's just like a group of buddies that like just like
Yeah, and then this is where it leads up to today, where there's a rumor that now after Rudy has left the show, his girlfriend Elaine cheated on him.
Where did this rumor come from?
I'm not sure. I could not find any validity to it. Like
I could see someone just starting this rumor.
Yeah. So, but I did just want to like at least acknowledge that this rumor's going around. There's no evidence to confirm this.
Well, they say the most insecure people it's because they're cheating, or like when someone's really insecure about the relationship, it's often because they know what they're doing, like behind closed doors.
So who knows? But wouldn't that be crazy if this was true and he did all this and he left this show and he ruined these friendships and everything because of a girlfriend that didn't really support his castmates in the show that he was on, and then she cheated on him? That would be crazy.
Especially because they filmed however long ago, and the season just now came out, so it's just now really like making headlines. I wonder how long it's been like since they filmed and when all this happened, because whenever they were like unfollowing each other and stuff, do you know how long ago that was, or what did it say, like a timestamp?
There wasn't
like a when it all happened.
I know it was like during the filming of season 4, I believe, because I think that season 3 had like already come out when this happened.
I see.
So I would assume it was during the filming of season 4.
I think a lot of that could be speculation. I really do.
Yeah. So, but we'll keep everyone updated on if we get any confirmation that this is true or anything like that.
I'm excited to figure it out.
Yeah.
Shout out to Rudy, I guess.
Yeah, for leaving the show and getting cheated on. Whoop.
Other news this week is Mike Tyson and Jake Paul.
Yes, the big fight.
We watched it.
We did. We saw a lot of old Mike's ass.
Oh, yeah. That was definitely a highlight. So are you into fighting stuff?
I never watched
Me neither.
fighting ever, but I had to tune into this.
We were seated.
Yeah,
We were seated.
It was like as if it was Dramageddon.
Yeah.
Because
I
we
really
were here
thought
for
it was going to be more interesting. The fight was just boring.
Yeah.
Do you think that Jake Paul took it easy on him?
See, I don't know. I heard that like when people tried to bet on this fight on the DraftKings app, they couldn't bet on it because of the regulations. Like the boxing gloves were like powder puff gloves or something. Like it wasn't like a serious boxing event where you could bet on it. So I thought that was like kind of weird. So I'm not sure like what else went on. If that's the case, like why weren't they using normal gloves and all that kind of stuff if it was like a real fight?
It has to be due to Mike Tyson's age, I would think. But my thought on it, and I don't know why that night after the fight, I was like really empathing for Jake Paul. And
you were like obsessed with Jake. She was like, Jake's a good person. I think Jake's good. Why do we all hate him? She's like a Jake Paul apologist.
In that moment, I couldn't remember anything that he did wrong. And I don't know if we should spoil what we're doing, but we will answer all those questions that I had that night. But the way that I look at it is like, if Jake won and he still can't win, like the internet just doesn't want him to have any victory.
Yeah, they don't like him, which looking into this was a little bit crazy because of the way that everybody was like, oh my god, like Mike Tyson, I love Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson's the greatest, he's gonna knock Jake out, blah blah blah, like because everybody, it seems to be like the consensus that everybody hates Jake Paul. And it's funny because how you said like we kind of can't remember exactly what we hate him for, but everybody loves Mike Tyson. And upon looking into this, I didn't know. Did you know that Mike Tyson was convicted of rape?
No, I didn't know that. I knew that there was something that happened where he hit a woman. It might have been his wife, and then he bragged about it. Ooh. And like Mike Tyson is a scary individual. Like he's dangerous. Like that's why I think he was always this interesting fighter. But the fact that Jake Paul got so much hate standing next to Mike Tyson, who has done really awful things. Not that Jake doesn't have things in his bag.
Yeah.
I will trust.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But I just like, I heard that Jake, even if he would have knocked Mike Tyson out, people would have hated him for it. People would have been like, he knocked out a 58-year-old man. He won fair and square, like based on points and everything. And people still like, he didn't win. Yeah. It's like, but if Mike would have won, everybody would have been like, yeah. Like Jake, there's no way it goes in Jake's favor. And that's what kind of, it was, we were sitting on the couch with 3 young straight boys and and like he won and they were still like, what the heck? And I was like, why are y'all hating on him? Yeah, he won. And then like at least at the end of the fight he had like the brain cells to like be appreciative that Mike Tyson would get in a ring with him and pay him any respect.
Yeah, I did really like because I'm not a Jake Paul apologist.
I'm not. Don't call me that, Jill. It goes deeper than we realize. Don't call me that.
Okay. Well, I was like, I don't like Jake Paul, but I actually really did like and respect him at the end, like when they were asking him questions.
Like it was emotional and like
and how he was like
he was humbled almost.
Yeah, and he turned the I liked when he turned the focus off of him and said, like thank our farmers and our first responders and like everything. I thought that was really nice, and I was like, oh, and then,
people are still hating on him, and like, but no one's hating on Logan Paul for being like, "I kill you, motherfucker."
He ruined it with that.
He was kidding. Like you could tell like on his facial expression, he's like laughing after he said it. But like Mike Tyson had just made the most like, I didn't need to prove anything to anybody. I proved this to myself.
Yeah, and like, Logan's like, I'll kill you, Mike.
It's just, God, Logan just made my skin crawl and like continues to do that. I hate Logan Paul. He's way worse than Jake. Like overall, but
I don't really remember much about either. I just know that like it's popular to not like them. So we're gonna get into it, I guess, at some point. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought that was an interesting fact because I feel like probably not many people know or remember that he was convicted of rape and was sentenced to 6 years, but he was released after 3.
And this might might be a hot take, but like Celsius sponsored that event.
Mhm.
But these companies, whenever a YouTuber gets canceled,
They'll drop their brand
no
deal.
association with the person. Like, and not that the people should get the brand deal whenever they do bad stuff. I'm just saying, like, why does Mike Tyson just get?
Yeah, why do we just like forget about the fact that he raped someone?
Yeah,
why is
like,
that a
we're
thing?
just not like that's so weird. It's like he's like this different level of celebrity where they just are past it.
That's how it always goes, though. If you're famous enough and you're a man, you can do what you want, and people just forget about it.
Yeah, and he was
Brush
like,
it under the rug.
It's just crazy to think about that, but yeah, I just think about like those companies that like sponsored that event, and it's like that's a risky move. Like,
yeah.
Jake Paul aside, like at least Jake Paul, whatever. I'm not even gonna get into all that, but like I don't know. That's a sticky situation. But the fight was interesting, like in retrospect, because it's like no matter what happened, Jake couldn't have won, and he won, and it's like the public still didn't let him win, even though Mike Tyson stood there and said he's a good fighter. Like, I respect him for doing this. Like, which one of y'all men would get in the ring and take a hit from him?
It was funny at the very beginning, though. When it started,
Oh,
we
Mike
were
was
like,
quick. We were like, oh,
we were like,
no.
oh, Jake is, he's kicking himself right
whenever
now.
he was like dodging all the punches, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
No. But there were a couple of moments during the fight where I felt like Jake could have hit him and he just didn't. And I don't know anything about it, but like,
You're like, I think I know
From my-
nothing about boxing, but I think my professional opinion.
I felt like there were some moments where he could have hit him and he chose not to.
Yeah, I mean, looking at Mike really sometimes did make you sad. Like,
I
I heard that it was like this phenomenon. Remember when I was like, no, I feel really bad for him right now. I'm really sad. Like,
Yeah.
that was like a phenomenon. Like, women were crying,
Yeah.
like, over, because they felt like their grandpa was getting his ass whooped.
Even though he treats women bad.
Yeah, I didn't know. I felt bad at the time because I didn't know he raped people, but now I don't feel bad. Whoop his ass, Jake.
Have your thoughts about Jake changed?
I actually, because of his last, his little thing about the farmers.
Yeah. Jill loves agriculture.
I love myself a farmer. Apparently, I have started to feel like I liked him more.
He won. He knew that too. He's like, this is gonna make the damn Southern women just eat this shit up.
Yeah, me swooning because he loves farmers. I'm just gonna find Jake Paul on Farmers Only.
Yeah.
But yeah, I felt like I liked him more because of that. But again, I don't really remember why I didn't like him in the first place, so I'm sure that'll be brought to my attention when we do things. On to the next thing. Have you heard about the Cicely and Samantha pajama drama?
I have no idea who these people are.
Okay, well,
I feel like you just got so excited.
it's like again, I bring to the table a lot of the time the things that are not that important in the grand scheme of life, but they're a fun drama to talk about.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's what this is. So, TikTokers Cicely and Samantha Bachman, they're TikTokers who are sister-in-laws and best friends. Cicely has 2.2 million followers and Samantha has 567,000 followers. Their content is that they are mom influencers. So, like, I cut my kids' lunch in cucumber heart shapes and stars and all this kind of stuff. That's like their vibe, right?
Okay.
So, Cicely is known for going to Disney World during Hurricane Milton.
Okay. Okay.
So, just to preface, that's...
Whenever I looked to the sky and said, who is going to Disney right now? It was her.
Yeah. So she packed up her whole family. I think she has 4 kids. Packed up her whole family, went to Disney World during the hurricane. She's like, oh, we're here. Like, we made it.
Yeah.
And so internet really didn't take to that well. But just to preface, like, who she is by saying that.
Okay. It actually does say a lot about her.
Yeah. So these two started a brand called For the Mems.
Okay.
It's a pajama line for the family. Their first launch was a matching Christmas PJ line. And their big thing is like even for the husbands.
Okay.
Like, their pricing had everyone through the roof. The men and women sets, how much would you think that would cost for like a matching PJ set?
$40.
Okay. $98.
Okay.
$98. Okay.
Are they luxury?
Luxury. luxury. They are supposed to be luxury. Okay. So it's $98 for the set for men and women, $78 for kids, and $58 for babies.
$58 for babies.
Yeah.
That seems high.
Yeah, these are expensive PJs. People thought these prices were insane, but people were like, well, if they're really high quality, like, it doesn't matter. Like, we'll buy them because we want high quality things. And, like, we understand that things need to be a little more expensive when it's, like, a smaller family business, you know, than you would get at Target or Walmart or whatever. One of the t-shirts for the launch, though, actually in the pictures has the tag Comfort Colors on it. Do you know what Comfort Colors is? Okay.
I've printed on them several times.
Okay. They cost about $10 to $11.
They're great shirts.
Yeah. No, they're good. Like, they feel
You're
good.
wearing a Comfort Colors right now.
Yeah. Like, they feel nice and they're good, but, like, not to be selling at $98 for a set.
I also, whenever you said pajama set, I imagine button up.
They are. This is for a men's shirt, like one of the men's sets. So, yeah, costs about $10 to $11 for the t-shirt to purchase it. So, people, when they saw this, were like, wait, hold up a minute. It's $98, but it's a Comfort Colors? Like, I thought this was luxury. And from their website, regarding the woman's PJ sets, it says that the material is 93% rayon and 7% spandex. And if you Google, it says rayon is used in a variety of fashion and craft related activities. In clothing, rayon is a popular fabric because it's versatile and inexpensive.
I see. Not luxury.
Yeah, definitely not. The website also, it's funny because there's no size guide. And yeah, do you want to look at what it says where their fit and fabric section is? Just read that off because it's quite funny to me.
This set is soft and luxurious. The fabric is comfortable to sleep in and will be wearable throughout your holiday celebration. You will love the way it feels against your skin. You won't want to take it off. If in between sizes, size down or true to size. Length runs on the longer side, but not too long. Material composition is 93% rayon and 7% spandex.
So this is funny to me because
it kind of says nothing.
Yeah, it's like there's no actual size guide. You know, typically it's like how many inches across is it, or like how long is it?
It's giving ChatGPT wrote.
Yeah, like they were like, what should I say for my size guide? And it came up with this. And also the length runs on the longer side, but not too long. That literally tells you nothing.
Yeah.
Like you have no clue what they mean by that. And then another thing on the website, the pictures of the PJs seem questionable.
This is giving low budget Shopify store.
Yes. Are you looking at the pictures?
Yes.
So they're wrinkled.
Yep.
First off.
Luxury. $98, this could be yours.
Yes. And actually this shirt they were looking at, it says out here looking like a snack. Originally, this was for little boys to wear, and people had a big issue with that because it's like out here looking like a snack and it's like you're a child. So they have changed that and they only sell that for the dads now.
Do you think that's inappropriate?
I think that it is kind of weird, but I think they could have like changed it, like, because they changed it to where it's just a picture of Santa and it doesn't have any saying on it anymore. I think they could have changed it to like out here looking for a snack, or like something like childish and like cute.
Yeah.
You know, like Santa because he likes cookies, or like.
I went to the Christmas show this week and I saw this woman wearing a t-shirt that said "I put out for Santa," and then on the shirt there were cookies.
That's funny.
And I thought it was funny, but I was also like,
but like you wouldn't put it on like a little girl's shirt,
right?
You know what I mean?
No, oh my god.
So, yeah, so that's
little
like
girl's shirt for Santa is crazy.
But like. Was that a too far Jill?
I don't know. We'll have to play that back and listen to it. You were saying you wouldn't put it on a little girl,
Yeah.
but like the fact that we laugh so much might be a problem.
Yeah, but like that's the same vibe. Like that's how people were feeling about out here looking like a snack, you know? So amidst the controversy, Cicely and Samantha hopped on the TikTok to address the drama.
To lower the prices on the pajama sets across the board on the website. Just want to let you guys know that we have lowered the prices to a point where even if we sell out every single item on the website, we will make zero profit on our investment into this. We want to do this to make this more within reach for you, our community, because our community is what matters most to us.
Yeah. If you're wondering if you've already purchased, we've already had you guys in mind. We will be refunding your portion to the new price that is reflected on the website. This is something that we admit to and are completely okay with correcting.
Learning and growing.
Yeah. Something that Samantha and I value so much is authenticity when it comes to both of our social channels.
We very much value transparency and honesty with you. See your concerns and your comments, and we heard you, and we are doing what we can to make it feel right.
Yesterday was another learning opportunity for us.
Absolutely.
Samantha and I cannot state enough about how proud we are of the quality of the pajamas that we are selling.
They're out here doing the Lord's work. They're doing charity work.
Okay, if you have a brand and you are selling something, you decide what it's worth.
Mm-hmm.
The public might have an issue with your prices, but they don't have to buy it.
Yeah.
They look stupid doing this.
But also, they're trying to say that they're not making any kind of profit.
They're lying.
They're still selling it for $75.
Yeah.
And, like, this is not a luxury item. This is comfort colors for $10 and $11. So
It's just them going back on their pricing and being like, we overcharged. Like,
yeah.
a bad look.
And yes, and they just kill me. Like, I can't get over that they're not making a
I have
profit.
to steal the line from them. If we ever, knock on wood, have anything we say that might get us into some kind of trouble, I will 100% go in with the line. I want to thank you for this opportunity to learn and grow.
We're just learning and growing.
Oh
now
my-
now everybody's gonna clip this section specifically and put it back to back with our apology video one day.
I wanted for the opportunity to, but like saying that, and like my thing is just like, you just devalued everything you've built. Like, I get they're doing the comfort colors, but just discount the t-shirt.
Yeah.
Like the men's, like, I don't know.
The whole thing's weird, but it gets weirder. Well, it gets there's more drama.
Okay.
So there's a TikToker named Gabby, and she posted a video about putting an order in for these pajamas. She said that, what?
And just, it's a pajama scandal.
Yeah. She said that she wants to start her own pajama brand. So like this is essentially like market research for her. And mind you, she has 4.7 million followers on TikTok, which is more than either Cicely or Samantha combined. So it's not like she's not trying to do this for clout because she has more followers than they do, you know? So you want to watch the first TikTok from her.
Pajama drama fiasco. Okay, by the time I got here, the price had already been lowered to $75. They were $98, okay? Why did I buy a pair? Because I need to know. I need to know if these pajamas are worth this much money. Now, why does this interest me so much? Because I myself have been talking to a few manufacturers to manufacture my own pajamas. And initially, I wanted to do bamboo pajamas, but if I wanted to do bamboo, it would be so fucking expensive, da-da-da-da-da. It would be considered like a luxury item, and I was like, I don't know if I want to sell pajamas that are that expensive, so they gave me a cheaper alternative. So I was so curious as to what fabric and material these pajamas are made out of. And lo and behold, to me, they are made out of the cheaper fabric, which is rayon. So rayon is pretty much a fabric that you can put a print on. Like, let's say it's a white pajama, right? You can put a print on the top of it to make it have any pattern that you want. And this is the cheaper alternative to like a bamboo fabric. And then also 7% spandex. This spandex was dyed to match. The material may feel it, but remains. See what I mean? Like, at this point, I'm invested. As somebody who's like thinking about making their own pajamas one day, I'm like, I've got to know, because whenever I did the math on how much I would have to sell them for, it was nowhere near $98. And I would still be making profit on the same material with a print. I don't know.
So what do we think of that? Like, if you were the brand owner, what would you think of this TikTok? You saw it.
Well, it sucks to be the brand owner that like someone's just like outing you for. But I mean, that's the world we live in, where like people can just go on the internet and do research in manufacturing and figure this stuff out. So it's like, especially for the moms or whatever that are selling these products, like to know they're on TikTok, they're big on the internet. So like, what makes you think people aren't gonna? You're not just a company selling a product. You're a person selling a product, so people are going to drag you if you do something shady.
And also, like, people are allowed to buy your product and give a review. They're allowed to do that. Doesn't matter if it's 5-star review or a 1-star. They're allowed and entitled to their review. So yeah, after she placed that order, apparently Gabby's order was then canceled, and we're gonna watch that TikTok.
These girls are a mess. Like, they're not even that big, but like, and maybe it's unfair that we drag them on our huge platform.
Yeah.
Y'all were gonna get a review, but I posted my little video. You remember how last night we ordered this pajama set together? And we went over the fabrics, the materials, and I said I ordered it because I wanted to see if I thought that these were worth the $98 that they were originally priced at. So I've been busy as fuck all day. I get home, I get in bed, I'm checking my emails. I see order number 1477 has been canceled because of unforeseen circumstances, and your payment has been refunded. So I'm late to the pajama drama, like I said. I ordered these when they got dropped down to $75 and they're not making profit, right? Also paid $7 in shipping. It was like $82, okay? So I'm like, maybe they ran out of stock. Maybe they're no longer selling the pajamas. That's why I got refunded. So I go to their website. Crazy. The size that I ordered in the set that I ordered is available on the website. Babe, y'all must not know me. I will order this again under a fake name to a different address. You will never know that it's me. I can do it in a different state, bitch. I will get my hands on these pajamas. Why did you cancel my order? What, a paying customer can't order a product and review it? Question mark, question mark, question mark. Y'all got me fucked up. Why was my order canceled whenever y'all got them in stock on the website, babe? Baby, y'all won't see my order coming. Y'all will not see my order coming. But just know I'm gonna get my hands on these fucking pajamas. Yes, ma'am, I will. What, you didn't want somebody else with a platform to review this? That's crazy. Crazy.
Okay.
So her order was canceled. She didn't understand why, because it was still in stock, you know, whatever. Then we get another video showing that Samantha was responding to her video of Gabby's order being canceled.
Oh.
So you guys know the pajama drama. I ordered a pair of the $98 pajamas. Said I wanted to give an honest review on them since there's all of this craze about them. Pointed out the fabric of the pajamas is rayon. My experience working with manufacturers saying that it's a cheaper alternative to bamboo, da-da-da-da-da. So I placed my own order, spend my own money. They cancel my order, okay? I just wanted to give an honest review. I never said anything bad about the pajamas, never said that they looked bad. I ordered the set that I thought was the cutest. This is Samantha's response to everybody being pissed off that they canceled my order. We canceled one because we were informed the order was placed with intent to post a negative review regardless of the quality of the product. What? I said I was going to give an honest review. I'm so confused. It's defamation and malicious intent because I was reading off of your website what you said, the fabric, that's defamation. Babes, Google is free. Do you know what defamation is? Anyways, I'm just in shock. Like, I didn't say anything bad about these pajamas, other than that I thought that they were overpriced and I wanted to give a review and state my opinion. And even if I hated them and I said, these suck, that wouldn't be defamation. That would be an opinion, which I don't think I would have hated them, to be quite fair. The fact that this is the response to them canceling my order, I have no words.
But yeah, so they're calling it defamation and
Malicious intent.
yeah.
Okay, I could see them, if it were my brand and I had this girl who was a lot bigger than me and I was already getting a lot of negative feedback about the pajamas. Well, number one, I never would have posted a video lowering my prices. I would have just been like, people that want them are going to buy them and whoever doesn't, they won't.
Yeah.
I also probably wouldn't have said luxury on a Comfort Colors t-shirt.
Yeah. but you know, here we
I
are.
probably overall would have just discounted the men's t-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But like, if I'm just trying to think about it, and I'm like, she would kind of freak me out, like posting information about the materials and everything whenever you're just like exposing that someone's lying. But like, that's on those girls.
Yeah,
for lying about the profit thing.
They did put it on their like own website, like all this information, like we said, that people could look up for themselves and find out.
I had a clothing business, so like I know about how much you would need to sell some clothes for the most part to make some money. So like they're definitely making their money back, and it's just weird behavior to refund partial to match the new price. Like it's all just, they're not looking good so far.
I can't understand though, like being kind of skeptical after seeing her video initially,
and maybe being like, I'm gonna cancel that order.
Yeah, being like, like we're just gonna hopefully
just like she has the right to order those pajamas, you have the right to not sell them to her.
Yeah, so I can see both sides of that, like
for sure.
But yeah, so after this we see that Samantha was also after this, we see that Samantha also privately DM'd Gabby after this video we just watched, addressing why they canceled her order.
Okay. Is that what the next TikTok is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how I missed this from 3 p.m. today. I saw the comment that I got tagged in first, but this was in my requests. Hey, I wanted to reach out personally, but the reason we canceled your order is because we were informed that you posted on Reddit. That you posted on Reddit before you... What? I don't even have a Reddit. And that you intended to leave a bad review regardless of the quality, which is a crime and shows malicious intent to harm? Are you threatening me? Are you threatening me? If this information is incorrect, please let me know. No shade to you personally. I didn't even know who you were until this, just protecting ourselves. But wanted to give you the space to speak. Samantha, drop the screenshots, girl. Drop the screenshots of me on Reddit. You could trace every IP to every account on Reddit. I have one, I think. I have never posted a comment. I have never commented on anything. I only have it to read the snark pages about me. But anyway, this is fucking... Obviously, no. That wasn't me. I think that we both know that. I wasn't posting on Reddit saying that I was going to give you a bad review. Are you well? Are y'all well? No.
So, it's a crime to leave a bad review.
Yeah, I mean... But that's TikTok. That's having a TikTok business. Like, I don't know. I just feel like TikTok people are just kind of mean. And, like, you're putting yourself out there for it. Like, it's...
Yeah. I just thought that in that, like, DM that it cracked me up being like, you were going to leave a bad review. That is a crime. That is malicious intent. That's a crime.
It's not actually legal.
Like, just imagine being in jail and they're like, what are you in for? And you're like, I left a bad review.
On pajamas.
I got a matching set for my family. Like, like what? My thoughts to all this is like, as a business, shouldn't you, if you believe in your product, right? Like if you think that your pajamas do feel luxury and that like they're good quality and a good service and everything, shouldn't you kind of like be happy if somebody with 4 million followers wants to buy it and review it? Mm-hmm. Like if you believe in the product, if you feel like something's not up to par with it, then I could understand you being like scared. But if you feel confident in it,
that's what I'm saying. They've not shown any confidence in their product from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're cut out for this.
Yeah. They need to go take a seat with Chapel Roan.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Don't come for me. Yeah. Well, then our last thing in this saga is that we then have a review on TikTok by another user named Audrey Evans, who seems to love the PJs.
Okay, let's see what she said.
It is. Let's do an honest review of Cecily Bachman and Samantha Bachman for the men's pajama launch. Let's go. Rip this hoe open. Ooh! Here's the Santa set. Let's try her on. Oh my god, Mrs. Claus coming to town. Literally, this feels amazing. I look like a Christmas dream right now. The Santa detailing.
They are cute.
Just perfect.
Yeah, they are cute.
Like, I can't even.
I like the print.
The gag would be us wearing them in the next episode.
Detailing method. I was sweating earlier, and now I just feel, pockets are so long that I can fit my zins in them. Ooh! All seriousness, this is the cutest pajamas set I've ever worn. This is great. And red is so my color. Next is the tartan set. This is the one that the entire Evans family is wearing on Christmas morning and Christmas Eve. This one is so classic Christmas. Like, hello? This is perfect. Look how long it is. I love this so much. Like, it makes me just want to like... I love it. If y'all don't remember, on the website, I'm one of the girls modeling. This print, I can't even deal. I feel like I'm wrapped in a little Christmas box. Now time for opera. I'm so excited about this one because I heard this is butter soft. The print is to die for. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, this print is perfect for you. Wait, I forgot blue is also my color. Are we kidding? This is the best pajama brand I've ever tried on. Not even lying to you. I normally hate long sleeve pajamas on me. Something about this, like, wow. I should have gotten this for the Evans family. I might do another order and get opera for Christmas Eve and then the tartan for Christmas and then Santa's just for me and me only. This is what dreams are made of. Worth every bit of money. This is just the best. Like, I've never felt so cute. Now I'm gonna go out with all my friends and I'm wearing this. So, see y'all there. Love y'all. Thanks for watching. Bye.
What do you think of the review?
Okay. She's giving paid, like her,
Like maybe sponsored or something?
the moment she said I was sweating and now and she didn't say it, and I was just like, I don't know, just the review didn't feel super genuine to me.
For me, it's the whole, she's acting like she's never put these on her body before, and then she's like, you might notice I'm a model on the website.
That one kind of gagged me.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so she knows the company.
And
Like,
she's put these on before, and she's literally acting like she's never touched them a day in her life. At
yeah,
the beginning.
and don't get me wrong, like they're cute pajamas. I hadn't seen them like before, like the photo, other than the photos, like the men's t-shirt. I hadn't seen them on, and they are really cute. They don't look poor quality. They look like Target, like,
Yeah.
and Target, hey, I pay $20 for a pair of Target pajama pants.
For sure.
But it's just giving like, not, this isn't a genuine review. This is a, they sent me product, or
Yeah.
they're paying me or something.
Would you believe if I told you that Audrey is actually Samantha's assistant?
Actually, I would completely believe that.
Okay.
Because I'm like, you have some connection to them to where that's a lot of money to spend on pajamas.
Yeah.
$300.
Yeah, she had 3 different pair.
And she's gonna order more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That makes sense. Like, it just seems like there's something paid.
There was something fishy about it for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically the end of this saga. Gabby did not receive the pajamas.
This is one that I do want to update on next week, because I'm just like, what were, like, they just have to come back and say something else. Like, it'll be
Yeah.
interesting to follow the Gabby girl, and like she's gonna get those pajamas. Like, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they're gonna have to stop selling to every like random person that orders, and that would just hurt their business.
It's gonna be like user 5432871, and they're like, no, we cannot sell to that person.
Should we order some?
We maybe shouldn't for $75.
That's expensive.
That is.
What if we reached out and we're like, we'll do a positive review? Do you think they would give them to us?
We could see. Would it be positive though?
They wouldn't know.
Listen, possibly.
They got to quit trying to control all the narratives.
We don't have 4 million. We have 35. You know.
Maybe they'd like that.
Yeah.
All right. So last night were the CMA Awards. And the only news that I have about this is that Zach Bryan was nominated for nothing.
Woo! Woo! Go, Zach! Give us nothing, literally.
Yes. I didn't watch them. I haven't seen any major news from it. I don't think anything super interesting happened. But did you watch them at all?
No.
Okay.
I haven't watched the CMAs in probably...
Since Taylor Swift was on there?
Yeah.
Same.
Like, probably since then.
Same.
I watch every other award show, but not the CMAs.
I can't believe I won a CMA award. I want to thank God.
Yeah. I want to thank God and our country. Thank you so much to my daddy. And, you know, I mean, I don't really listen to country music at all anymore.
I don't either.
Unless I'm on a boat. It's really the vibe on a boat. But
if Jill's on a boat, she might turn Zach Bryan on. We don't
I'll
even know.
turn I don't know about Zach Bryan, but I'll turn some country music on, and then always the classic I'm on a boat.
Yeah. When you're like in the moment on a boat in the summertime, what is, like, you're about to look up a country song because you're in the mood, what is the one song you go to?
Moonlight, brown dry.
I didn't expect you to sing it. What is that? What is that?
I don't know. Reading. Oh.
I don't know what that is, but
Okay, what's yours?
I'm sorry. I might know it if I heard the actual song. Mine is anything Luke Bryan put out like before 2020. But like, there's one song and it's about the music video is like where they have like a party and they're putting like signs up that lead to the party out in the middle of nowhere. And it's something about tan legs on a tailgate.
Oh yeah, something about a truck on something about a girl with her tan legs on a tail.
That's not it, but
Okay.
I know what song you're talking about.
Oh,
But
okay.
honestly, mine is like anything Luke Bryan. Like, I don't want this night to end.
Okay.
I don't want this night to end.
Yeah, okay, cool. Maybe we should have a yacht party and film the podcast on one.
So the next story is in relation to Zach Bryan. It's kind of short. There was a UFC fight last week that was huge news. I know nothing about this stuff, so I don't even know who the fighters are.
Mm-hmm.
But in one of the fights, Zach's team reached out to one of the boxers because Brianna was there. She was there with like some Australian guy she's been hanging out with, and like some of her friends. Miles Miles Teller was sitting right in front of her. Donald Trump was there, right there near her. And she got like free tickets to the UFC fight. It was like this, I think like Dana White just gave, is his name Dana White, the UFC guy?
I have no clue.
I know his name is Dana, but he like gave her tickets and hooked her up or whatever because all the stuff going on. It was her first fight. She was like out on the town, and one of the fighters comes out and he wins, and he was like, I want to give a shout out to Zach Bryan and blah blah blah, or something like, shout out to my boy Zach Bryan, can't wait to see him. It was something along those lines. Well, Dave Portnoy outed him because obviously like the camera like panned to Bree sitting there after the fighter said that, and she's just like just looking pissed off. So this video is Dave Portnoy just like explaining the story, and it's quite funny to me.
Okay.
All right, I know I said I'm done talking about that small little pathetic man, Zach Bryan. Time to move on. It sucks everything that happened, but I gotta just walk and talk. Listen to this story. Walk and talk with me here. So, this past Saturday night, UFC New York, Brianna Chickenfry goes to the event, her first UFC event. She's advertising, she's going, she's all over the place. Everyone knows she's going. During the fights, this guy, David Anamo, wins a fight, gets in the middle of the ring, and gives Zach Bryan a shout. He's like, I'm so happy, Zach Bryan, like this one's for him. Can't wait to see his show in a couple weeks.
I want to come back here next month to watch, what's the Zach Bryan concert. So I'll be there. I'll be here for that.
Peter Berg, a staple at our big.
Obviously, people are like, oh, that's going to suck for Brie. Like, she's there, and they're getting a Zach Bryan shout out. This guy, David Anamo, goes on a podcast. It was so odd. The podcasters are like, what's up with Zach Bryan? You're a big Zach Bryan fan? The UFC guy, he's like, I don't even know who Zach Bryan is. His manager, his team reached out to my team, like begging for a shout out.
You grabbed the mic back from him, and you said something about, I'm going to be back here next month to come see Zach Bryan. Zach Bryan. What's the story behind that? And how long have you been a Zach Bryan fan? Was that real?
My manager's house called me like, hey, Zach Bryan is here, and he wants you to give him a shout out. To be honest, I didn't know who Zach Bryan was.
That was like a paid advertisement for him.
Yep, exactly. That's literally what it was.
He doesn't even know who the fuck Zach Bryan is. But you know who he does know? Morgan fucking Wallen. Yeah, the guy Bree was listening to, and Zach freaked out because he's jealous of his success. Yeah, this guy knows who that is. You don't know who the fuck Zach Bryan is. This guy is the worst.
So you could tell in the shout out, like that the guy even didn't.
He said something.
He was trying to like remember his name.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed that when I first saw that, and then also I just want to point out like how like Dave Portnoy says, how like small of a man do you have to be to? It seems that he just pays everybody for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like, I want a shout out. Like let me just pay someone. I want to abuse women and not have them talk about it. Let me just pay them. Like I can't stand that.
Yeah.
Blech.
And it's also just funny because that fighter just so randomly and innocently loves Morgan Wallen.
Yeah, that's really funny too, to me.
I just thought like that video just made me happy to see. I was like, dang, that's like, because I heard that there was like a shout out or something and they like zoomed in on her face, but it's even funnier that like his team reached out to ask for a shout out. It's like you can't even genuinely have people that support you publicly.
Yeah, and they paid for it too, because when they said it's like a paid advertisement, he was like, yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it was. So like obviously they paid him to say that.
Yeah,
so that's just wild. That's crazy.
And one last thing on Brie, she was making TikTok. She's just been open about stuff, and she was just saying that she might hook up with this guy.
Yeah.
She was talking about like shaving her vagina or something like that, and she was like, I'm trying to not shave so that I don't hook up with this guy. And now she's like posting videos with him, and like it's not like intimate, and she's obviously not in a relationship with him or anything, but it's like, who cares?
Yeah, I saw the first video. We can watch that. Cause
I'm a real tough kid. I can handle my shit. They said, babe, you gotta fake it till you make it. And I did. Lights, camera, bitch, smile. Even when you wanna die. He said he'd love me all his life, but that life was too short.
So we get it. They're being like kind of cuddly, like on a bench, you know, to I Can Do It With a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift. Then I saw the internet going crazy about it because they're like, she's dating again. Like she moved on so fast. fast and like just
she's
judging
actually
her.
still moving on. That's part of it.
Yeah.
Especially with what she went through.
Yeah. And so I saw her response video to that. Have you seen the response TikTok to that?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll play it as well.
You guys think I'm ever going to have a boyfriend again? I am in intensive therapy. I said in my video before that, I'm hanging out with a guy. He's going back to Australia. I'm never going to see him again. Am I not allowed to live a little? Am I not allowed to smooch a little?
I thought that her TikTok response is funny. She's like, you think I'm ever gonna date again? Like,
I just hope that the public, like, criticizing her so much doesn't just get to her, because I love that she's being so open about it. And it's like, you're single, you should be able to go do what you want. And, like, please go post videos of you with other guys.
Yeah.
Because, like, let's, like, bother Zach.
mm-hmm. Let's bother Zach for free. You don't have to pay these men. While he's trying to bother you by paying people to do other things.
Yeah, and
like,
it's also, like, Brianna had a horrible experience with him, so, like, just leave her alone.
Yeah.
And that is kind of a double-sided sword, is that the saying? Whatever. Double-edged sword, because, like, she is still talking about him publicly, like, very negatively. I'm sure it's affecting him. Like, I can only imagine what he is like behind closed doors right now. Like,
oh yeah,
that's scary to think about.
Yeah, like if they were ever alone in the same room together now, like in this current
he's
state,
crazy.
I really think he would have it in him to like hurt her. Like,
yeah,
hurt
no, I
her.
agree. I agree.
Yeah, because men are scary. I always am bashing men around here, but you know, whatever.
Okay, so this next one, we don't have to go super far into it because I think that we're going to talk about it more extensively later. But Adam McIntyre exposes Jeffree Star, and he basically did like a whole breakdown video on his like allegations. Is that the word that I'm looking for? Like things that people have accused him of. And Adam like used evidence to show and to prove, allegedly, that he paid people off that were reporting that Jeffree like essayed them. And it was equivalent to the stuff that James Charles was getting in trouble for. Like specifically, it was underage straight men. And they would try to like accuse Jeffree of it, and then there was evidence that he paid them out of Jeffree Star Cosmetics to keep them quiet. So I think we should break that down one day and like go into more detail and talk about it. But that is where like the saga is with Jeffree's like, maybe obviously not as many people watch Adam's YouTube channel as watch like Canceled, but it's so crazy that Tana and Brooke had him on there.
Yeah, and I mean, like, I fully would believe all these allegations against Jeffree Star, especially saying like that they're the straight men, like underage, whatever. Because you know, you remember his ex. What was his name? I don't remember.
Nate.
Was it? Nate.
Oh,
yeah.
Loved him.
Yeah, he was hot. But I remember that Nate was straight before he dated
He
Jeffree.
never dated another guy.
Yeah.
And then Jeffree had all this money, and Jeffree kind of isolated him in Jeffree's world a little bit, and then like put him publicly like on the internet being gay. And like, I don't know, there were just things about that I always kind of thought were weird. It was really when like Shane was there when they were doing the conspiracy palette and all that stuff. Like, I remember his involvement, and I always kind of felt, I don't know, like, and maybe he's like super comfortable with his sexuality and being in the videos didn't bother him at all, but like, I don't know, I just think there's something kind of predatory vibes from Jeffree as a whole.
For sure. Again, like I said last week, I do not like Jeffree Star.
Nope.
So I'm here for the Jeffree Star hate train over here.
Well, choo choo.
Yeah. So, Trisha's podcast this week, did you watch it?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was so disappointed.
Okay.
So, we know that Trisha recorded an episode with Jeffree Star.
Yes.
We know that it happened. They made a TikTok, and Trisha makes TikToks whenever she's promoting the upcoming guest episodes. I'm so interested to see if she's going to put it out.
Me too. I don't think she should. I think
No.
this would be a bad move.
If they're smart, like Oscar just went on Adam's YouTube channel, and Adam just released the video where he is breaking down all of Jeffree Star's allegations, and then Adam is kind of making the video where he's like, I can't believe Tana put him on there after all of this. Like, it was, and the episode wasn't a good episode. It wasn't like talking about something new or breaking news or anything like this. It was Jeffree revisiting things from the past, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
So like, if Trisha releases it, I would be really, really surprised. But this week's episode just disappointed me, because in the thumbnail she has Brooke and Tana, and they titled it, Trisha needs to address this. They put them in, like, it's only Brooke and Tana in these thumbnails.
Yeah.
And there wasn't even a timestamp on the YouTube video, because they normally do those chapters. There wasn't even a timestamp where they like brought it up or discussed it. And I'm so sick of Trisha avoiding all the issues with Tana and Brooke. Like, she just doesn't discuss it, but she drags everyone else for and I don't think that she comes at things always in the most negative, like to tear people down kind of way. But like, why are you not discussing the Jeffree thing? Because you had him on, at least address that you recorded an episode with him. But like, after some of these things have been brought to more light and you were reminded of all the things he did wrong, you need to address it.
Yeah.
Like, don't just say that you're going to address it to get people to click on your episode and then do not mention it. That is David Dobrik type stuff.
Yeah, it
clickbait.
Really is. Yeah, super clickbait. That really is crazy. Having Tana and Brooke on it with that title, because I do think, even though after we just said talking about the Outer Banks, we're like, they just shouldn't have addressed it, but this she really should, because she filmed an episode with him and it's just crazy. Like,
and just the space that she exists in with her fans and stuff. Like, we obviously all follow Tana, Jeffree, like we keep up with all of it. We know what's going on. It's like, and her, like, compared to like the Outer Banks stuff, whereas like their personal lives aren't a part of their intriguing factor to the public, whereas like Trisha's podcast is an ongoing conversation about current events. So
current events, and people and the fans are invested in her life, and just the same as
these,
like with Tana
this is
and
her
Brooke.
life. Yeah, like this is her world. And like, it's one thing if she chooses to not address it because she's maybe a hypocrite because she recorded an episode with Jeffree as well, but it's another thing to use it as clickbait and then to not say anything about it.
Yeah, like that honestly sounds like something that she would be like kind of crucifying someone for on her podcast, if it wasn't her or Tana or Brooke.
So maybe the title of this is that Trisha really needs to address this.
Hey.
We're not preying on her downfall. We do love her.
Yeah, we love Trisha
but,
every week.
But
we're like,
but we do, like, we can't do the dancing around a topic to get views and then not addressing it due to like being afraid of hypocrisy or whatever. Like, I don't know. She needs to talk about it, because like, if your whole rebrand is that you're like genuine and you like face your issues head on and you take accountability, then take some and be like, I was gonna have him on the podcast, but I decided not to because of the things,
because X, Y, and Z, and I remembered that these things happen.
Yeah, and like,
it's not okay. And
it's okay that you like recorded an episode with him, but then you saw why it was wrong.
Yeah, like that. If she just came on and addressed that and said that these were the reasons that she's not going to release the episode and blah blah blah, like, I think that's completely fine.
And even as a person, just to be like, look, I know like we got far away from like these events that happened that were so horrible, and we kind of forget the bad things that people do and forget like Mike Tyson literally getting in the ring with Jake Paul. Like, people just move on from things and they forget, and like, that's okay. But like, then she could literally say like, Tana had Jeffree on and I was reminded as to why we're not going back there, or anything. Like, I was just disappointed by it.
Yeah, I'd have noticed, like, if it's about someone that Trisha personally knows and likes, like, she is very, very biased and doesn't want to talk about drama with them or like about certain things that they're in.
And I could be wrong, but like, since Brooke was canceled for the racism stuff, like, her and Oscar talked about it in one episode. They didn't bring it up anymore, even though it kind of continued on for a few more weeks after, at least the conversation did online. She hasn't, well, I guess she did go on cancel, but I was gonna say, like, has she even had any like public episodes with them since then?
I don't think so. Not that I can think of off the top of my head.
And maybe they've just been busy, but they were pretty frequent guests. I don't know. I just think it's weird. And like,
and the way, honestly, like, I wonder if there could be like some, not necessarily beef, like not a falling out, but like they're drifting apart a little bit, I wonder. Because, you know, like with Tana and Brooke having Jeffree on canceled, and they were talking about Shane, and they're like, how is Shane? Is he like good? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you rode so hard for Trisha like that, like, why do you care to like talk to Shane and like have him on your podcast?
I really want us to, whenever, like, if we ever talk about Shane Dawson in more detail, I really want to talk about his and Trisha's relationship.
Yes.
Because I just don't remember what happened between them. I don't, like, I know Shane had a cancellation and a falling out, but like, it's like I think we talked about it last week, like, a lot of these YouTubers have like had this like forgiveness given to them, and James Charles for some reason is one that's not gotten it. And like, why does Jeffree Star get it if James Charles doesn't get it?
Yeah, for real, because he paid people to not talk about it.
And Trisha actively every single week hates on James for the stuff that he did. And Jeffree is accused of the same exact thing.
Yeah, she probably just doesn't know. Like,
yeah.
About, because a lot of the allegations, I'm sure that when I watch Adam's video, that there's going to be a lot of things that I didn't know about. And I keep up with that kind of stuff. And like we said, she's in this world for podcasting and like pop culture and stuff, but Oscar's the one who brings stuff up and she's like, I didn't know that. Blah, 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 blah.
But Oscar is also the one, as far as I know, and I'm just an outsider, Oscar makes the titles and the thumbnails. So Oscar, guilty.
Yeah.
Trisha might not have known anything about any of this.
True.
And like, it could be on Oscar. And like, Oscar, you're like one of my favorite people on the internet. Like, I'm not trying to call you out, but this needs to be addressed.
Yeah. Oscar. Oscar and Trish, like, we're waiting for a response.
And we're not saying this in a sense that we're down with just Trish.
Yeah.
It's like, y'all just need to have a conversation about it. And like, if you're going to grow and be the open people that are honest about stuff, then do it. Don't choose not to be, because
like, after I just gave you credit last week, Trisha, for genuinely being a changed person.
Yeah.
And all this, like,
in that episode, she was like, we don't really have that many hot topics for this week. And it's like, your world just got caught on fire by an episode of Canceled. Like, we have things to discuss.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just am ready for a statement or the episode to come out with Jeffree, and then she can give us a PSA beforehand and be like, I didn't.
Or like at the beginning, have like a text thing and
be like, this was recorded before I remembered the things that he did wrong, but I wanted to put it out because I think it shows who Jeffree truly is. Like, give us anything. They're Dua Lipa-ing us right now.
Yeah. Do we? Go girl, give us nothing. Do we think she's gonna put it out? Like, what's our theory on that?
No, I don't think she's gonna put the episode out.
I don't either, and I don't think she's ever gonna address it. I think we're just.
I think if she doesn't address it, I'm not gonna let this go.
I think we're gonna talk about it every week.
No, like, I'm telling you, Jill, when I watched that episode of Just Trish, it was titled Trisha Needs to Address This with Brooke and Tana in it. I was waiting for something and it never came, and it pissed me off. Like, I was literally like on the edge of my seat, like, she's gonna like own up to something or like take accountability for the fact that she shouldn't have recorded with him, but she did, or like address the fact that Tana might have made a mistake, or like, why was Tana treating Jeffree like he's the king, like whenever he's done horrible things. Like, like, she ignored it.
Y'all, Alyssa is mad.
I really am. Like,
next thing we're gonna see is, you're gonna see on Netflix, it's gonna be the fight of Alyssa and Trisha in the ring. We're gonna get Alyssa's ass cheeks.
But like, it's just like, it's like Brie, okay? If she never would have addressed like the elephant in the room of the fact that she started being different and weird on the podcast and like not addressing things, like, because of her relationship, like, it made me lose interest in her, because I felt like she was just avoiding this big thing that she's just not talking about. And maybe this isn't that big of a deal, but it is to me. Like, it is to me. Like, this is just like all of my entertainers, like, and everything's starting to cross over and no one's talking about the big issue here.
So we need answers. Trish and Oscar, we're looking at you. All right. Well, I guess that's all we have for this week.
Next week is Thanksgiving.
Yes.
So we may do something a little bit different. It'll be a surprise.
Ooh,
we're going to try something new. But yeah, y'all can stay tuned for that. We'll still upload the episode on the following Monday. So you'll still get it on time. It'll just be a little different.
And we're excited. So don't forget to, if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the channel so that you always see our new episodes.
If you like your podcast on Spotify, we also upload the video version there. And then we're also on Apple Podcasts and pretty much like everywhere that you stream podcasts. Yes.
And make sure to go to your Apple Podcasts or your Spotify and follow us on there, because our episodes drop first there before they release in video form. So if you got to get a taste of your glitter gel pen pod, then follow us there.
Yes. And write us a review. We don't have any. We don't have a single review.
Review us.
On
but
Spotify,
it's
Apple.
a crime to give bad reviews. Remember.
Remember. That was good. That was good. Okay. We'll see y'all next week.
TTYL.
Bye.